You won't be surprised to learn that resources are key for generative AI innovation. So let's talk about why you should invest resources if you want to succeed in generative AI. Embracing generative AI, hopefully you will agree with me, is key for staying competitive in modern industries. Success requires a culture of experimentation, which involves effectively dedicating resources to experimentation. Lack of resources can inhibit even the most innovative teams that are ready to launch excellent experiments. So you want to invest in tools, time, and support. Let's talk about each of those in turn. So dedicated time. Daily tasks often cause people to not be able to focus appropriately and sufficiently on creative generative AI exploration. Structured time models like innovation hours or hack days or hackathons or innovation sprints are really valuable for fostering creativity. You might have heard about the Google 20% time, where Google allows their staff to take 20% of their time on side projects that resulted in some of the best projects that Google produced, some of the most innovative ones. You might not be able to dedicate 20% of people's time, but maybe 10% or 5% of their time. That's still valuable, especially when that's gathered together in a chunk for dedicated purposes. So time investment is what really signals something is an organizational priority. Okay, let's move on to tools. Key tools include cloud platforms like Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure. Those are great for supporting scalable AI. There are also going to be a number of things that you want to think about in terms of data. So you want to provide high quality data to generative AI. You might need to have your people write up wikis or various other guidelines, SOPs, so that generative AI is ready to use those for training and experimentation. Have collaboration tools like Slack and GitHub to enhance teamwork and data sharing. Use open source platform libraries like Hugging Face dedicated to generative AI. And there are going to be some specific tools like TensorFlow and so on that you might want to think about investing in. But tools are the second thing that you want to think about. The third thing is, how do you support people through continuous learning? Regular training programs. So resources around regular training that keeps teams updated on methodologies, having them be able to dedicate time to mentorship, mentoring each other in generative AI tools and generative AI case studies. Partner with external experts and vendors that can provide valuable insights and perspectives. Having consulted for a number of companies on generative AI, I can help them avoid reinventing the wheel and focus on what other companies in their industries are doing well with generative AI. Allocate budgets. So the foundational thing here is that you want to allocate an appropriate budget, whether it's tools, whether it's for time, whether it's for other forms of support, training, external perspectives. Allocate budgets to reassure teams and to foster an environment of bold experimentation. I'll tell you about a company I worked with. This is a mid-sized manufacturing company that struggled to optimize its supply chains in the context of frequent disruption that led to delays and increased costs. So what we did was we decided on quarterly, one-week innovation sprints focused on optimizing the supply chain. We invested in cloud-based tools and curated data sets. And over 9 months, we had very nice results with an improvement in disruption predictions using generative AI tools to 92%, up from the previous methodology they were using of 73%. That led to a 15% reduction in production delays and a 10% decrease in inventory holding costs. And that's just one out of a number of generative AI projects that the mid-sized manufacturing company implemented as a result of this engagement. So commit to long-term innovation. I want to encourage you to commit to long-term innovation because generative AI is dynamic and you need to learn and experiment over time. Invest in tools, time, and training and external perspectives to future-proof your organization. A culture of experimentations is what will really position your business to succeed with generative AI and set the foundation for a successful future. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Wise Decision Maker Show. Please make sure to subscribe wherever you checked out the show and leave a review. It helps other people discover the show and helps us improve the show.